Mitchell has his head up, takes the feet. Oh, my! Donovan! Get that weak stuff out of here!
I do have a bonus question before we head out and end the episode. For our Survivor aficionado, I have to know
Oh God, this is a spoiler, I swear to God.
Which current NBA player would have the best chance of winning a game of Survivor? And I'll give you a hint for my answer. It's a former Cleveland Cavalier, but I'll let you pick whoever you want, and then I'll give you mine.
Like who has the best chance at like winning the whole game?
Yeah.
Ah, man. So my instant thought goes to people who are like very like social and personable. So my gut first thought was Tyrese Maxey would probably be very good on Survivor.
That's a good one.
Seems like a good guy, can make people laugh, you know. But you also have to be like smart too. And like maybe it's like incorrect to think that like high IQ basketball players would be good like social strategists. I mean, we saw how it went with Scott Pollard, and that was, you know, he had his moment in the spotlight there, or like Cliff Robinson. So it's like a lot of throwback power forwards, I guess.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Can
I have
like
like
Dean Wade on Survivor?
Dean Wade. Wow.
Now, I do have a name that I'm going to throw out. I'll make the case for him.
Good if it's someone who's like not that famous, you know, like
the best player of every season doesn't win. That's like kind of the reality we get to.
That's very true. They very often that's the truth.
I'll let Tony go, but I also have a suggestion.
Okay, so let me make the case for this guy. Okay, I have to go Cedi Osman, because not only is he going to be a beast in the challenges, which every NBA player would be a beast in the challenges, right? But Cedi's kind of like Cedi's like an unsuspecting beast. You know, he's not like a super hulking, intimidating guy. And most importantly, I think he would dominate the social game. Everybody loves Cedi. He's going to find a way to form alliances that you wouldn't expect. This is where I insert the picture of him, Kawhi, Durant, LeBron, right? Like he's going to find a way to make those power alliances. And the only potential downfall is that he might be too lovable. He might be too much of a threat. They might try to take him out before the final tribal council.
Right. It's like
because you know you can't beat him.
Likeable, but not like too lovable. Like
I could see Cedi getting completely blindsided by his number one alliance, and it's just a heartbreak, and he leaves, and it's one of those emotional ones.
Is that guy too trusting? Like,
yeah, he might be a little naive for all we know, but it's got to be Cedi for me.
I feel like the answer for me is just so obvious, and I feel so strongly about it. I feel like Jarrett Allen would be a dominant Survivor player. This guy, he's as charismatic as it gets. He definitely would dominate puzzles, because it seems like that dude just has so many interests outside of basketball. I mean, he's a video game guy. He reads books. He has to be very smart. Feel like he would dominate the puzzles, obviously, and be athletic. I feel like, but like you just said for Cedi, it's like he's like, you'll get to like the final six, and then it gets to the point where it's like, hey man, Jarrett's real likable. He didn't get that immunity idol, so we should probably like try to blindside him now when he didn't see it.
I feel like Jarrett Allen would be the one to find the hidden immunity idol. That could come into play. If anyone's going to find it,
trees, and you would just see it like eye level.
I doubt anyone like would know this, but it's like, yeah, are we gonna give this guy who just signed like $100 million contract extension?
like that one season they had the baseball pitcher.
Who
won a minimum contract is gonna be good at Survivor?
See, I could also see Jarrett. I could see Jarrett being one of those guys who, you know, he seems like he loves his video games and stuff. I could see him having a rough time out there, and maybe he lets the team down in a challenge, and he says, you know what? The lights were brighter than expected. I let you guys down. I'm ready to go home. He won't quit, but he'll say, you guys should vote for me. And
I mean, recently Survivor's had a lot of like basketball type challenges with like throw balls in like buckets or something or something.
Oh yeah, if he has to throw the coconuts into the net and some of those older challenges. I'm not on to the newer seasons of Survivor yet, so I haven't seen those. But Jarrett would be good at those. He's showing that touch from the mid range this year. So
right, as long as it's like 15 feet in, if they're asking him to shoot threes on Survivor, like you know,
if they need someone to do some dribble handoffs,
some real quips. That's all I feel like. I feel like Jarrett's witty enough that he would give Probst a taste of his own medicine.
That's a good answer. I can see it. It keeps the tradition of big men going on Survivor. So
Yeah, definitely. And if anyone's like that old school power forward / center type, it's still Jarrett Allen.